Welcome guys to an extra Grimsby video. A bit close to the camera, aren't I? There we go. I'll just back up just a little bit. How we doing? I'm back with a bit of an extra video. A couple of things that I didn't touch on during the fixtures video, and it's a little bit about the women's team. They've had a couple of stay-ons. Two women that have agreed to stay on. I'll do a little bit about that. And obviously about the main departure of the week, being that Denver Hume has left Grimsby Town as of, well, he officially leaves on the 1st, but he is actually signed up to another club. I'll go into that and my thoughts on all this. So first of all, we'll get the, shall we say, the good stuff, the positive stuff out of the way, and it goes to the ladies team. And this week they did have two people, two ladies, sign up to stay with us for the upcoming campaign. And the Grimsby Town women are delighted to keep hold of classy defender Liv Kershaw. She's going to be remaining with the club for next season. Liv did enter double figures for assists last season and continues her journey in the black and white, which is always great to see a player in either men's or the women's team commit for another season with the club. And like I said, I am going to try and get to a few of the women's games this season. Can't promise I'll get every one, but I want to try to. So hopefully I'll get to see Liv play. And good luck to her. Obviously, she had a great season last season assist-wise for the Mariners, and she will carry on in that. Hopefully, carry on in that vein. So great to have Liv staying with the women's team. And the second one that was announced by the women's team is Abby. I've got to make sure I get this right. Abby Emsley. There you go. Had to get that right. Has also committed to the Mariners for the 25-26 campaign. The explosive forward signed for Town in January last year and hit double figures in goals last season, including 4 against Boston. I do actually remember seeing the social media of the women's during that day. It was goal, 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 goal. It was good to see it was Abby that got them. So two real good female players deciding to stick with the Mariners women's team. So all on to Liv and of course to Abby. To have those two stay with us, and it's a great start for the women's team. You know, it's something I haven't covered enough since it started. So I want to start doing that, and it's great to see another two ladies sign up and continue alongside the legend that is Beth Wharton, which I brought you last week, who stayed with us. So we're keeping a core of the women's team together. So that is great, and can only help boost the women's team in black and white. So well done to those two ladies on committing their next season with the Mariners. Fantastic news. Now we move on from there and to the, shall we say, not surprising news, but a little bit disappointing. Denver Hume has left the club, or will officially be leaving the club on the 1st of July. He's left the club to go to Fleetwood in League Two. Now, obviously, there was rumours going around in this summer. Would Denver be leaving? There was a massive link on social media linking Denver to Lincoln, and it was a little bit. I was talking to somebody during the Armed Forces Day on Saturday, and I said I wasn't surprised he left. I want to make that perfectly clear. Probably a little bit surprised as to where he's gone, but I've seen the social media outcry since Denver obviously has agreed to go elsewhere, which it was made official when the club caught up with David Artell for an interview which dropped late last week, saying that we'd made the offer to Denver and Denver turned the deal down. Obviously, about an hour after that dropped, it was announced that Denver had gone to Fleetwood. And you could sense the disappointment in the fan base. Some of it I thought was a little unjust, really. Disappointing, yes. I mean, he was the top assist maker of last year, and I couldn't understand why the fans would be annoyed. Why has he gone to League Two? Well, he's apparently on this, he's apparently on that. Guys, I'll be blunt with it. I don't care. I don't care what he was on. I don't care what he's on at Fleetwood. He's decided to go to Fleetwood. Whatever his reasons are for Fleetwood, they're his reasons. I think I'm more insulted at the fact that he's gone for Codd rather than Haddock. I think that's the biggest unjust in my eyes. The fact that he's decided to leave the great Haddocks for the Codds. I did do some thinking about this, about how I was going to tackle this part, and especially with the uproar and some of the stuff, some fans being a bit, I believe, a bit brash on Denver. Apparently now he couldn't cross a ball or was so weak defensively. We knew that Denver was not the strongest defensively, and I just looked at some of them and went, "You're worried." Some of the fans, I believe, overreacted. I think it's because they're worried. They're worried when we go up against Fleetwood because they know what a danger he is from crosses, at least. Then they were saying about how poor he's been defensively. Well, if that's the case, then when we've got somebody like Justin Amarazor or Chaz Vernon or other players in that sort of area, it should be easy then, shouldn't it? We could exploit him with pace and that. So it's my take on it, though, guys, is just going to deal with it. It's a sore one, but I was more surprised how the fans took it. And the reason why I say some of them, I think it's fear, is because they wouldn't have minded if he'd gone to Lincoln. I think it's because because he's gone to Fleetwood, I think it's left a sour taste in some fans' mouths. No, I relish it, actually. I relish it because it's kind of saying, you think that Fleetwood are better than us. You're more than entitled to think that. So let's finish above Fleetwood. Because if we do, we have a far better season. Kind of proves Denver wrong, doesn't it? So it's one of these that I'm more motivated by the fact he's decided to go to a rival than disappointed. Like I said, in my eyes, I'm more disappointed that he's gone to COD rather than the fantastic Haddock. But yeah, disappointing because he was, the top assist of top assist maker. I'll get my words right. Last season, so that is going to be a massive loss. But some of the reaction, I don't think has been justified. I think it is because he's gone to someone at our level, and but the way I thought about this as well, I was thinking, why would he go there? People are saying it's financial. Maybe some of that is to do with it. Most moves are. I also think it was the manager. I think having Pete Wild at Fleetwood, I think may have been a big pull to him to go to Fleetwood. And sometimes it can be managers that sway you. Whether he's missed out on moves, but he's going to be a loss, but we can replace Denver Hume. And apparently Artel is well on his way of doing that. There is rumours going around, but on this channel I don't go on massive rumours. Something has to be from a real reliable source for me to go on rumours and really talk about them. If I do see what I class as a real solid source, then I will say it. At the end of the day, we've been linked with a couple. We'll see what comes of those. One of them, I believe, is a Leyton Orient left back, left wing back. We'll see. But I'm disappointed to lose Denver, but that was his choice, and now it's done. And I've seen a couple of videos people have taken of the lads warming up and doing the training. He's obviously down the seafront area, and we'll just have to see how that goes. But good luck to Denver at Fleetwood. As a fan, strange one, but let's be honest, guys, we were never really keeping him. And I think the only reason why it's hurt a lot of people is it's to a fellow League Two side, which always, I think, frightens any team or worries any fans anyway, because of you don't really want a player to come back and bite you on the arse, basically. But we shall see. We move on from that. Good luck to Denver at Fleetwood, apart from the two games when he plays against us. Obviously, we don't wish him well during those games. But thank you for his 18 months with the Mariners, and good luck at Fleetwood. Like I said, apart from the two games when we play them. One other tiny little bit of news. People were asking about when the away strip was being launched. It's actually going to be launched at Docksfest, which is a bit of a weird event to... And I say that because we play Clee on that same day as Docksfest. And I actually thought that the date of the Clee game was a strange one anyway, with Docksfest being on at the time that we play Cleethorpes. I would have thought it might have been, even the day after, rather than even the Sunday even. But on the same day. But the away strip is going to be bought out. It looks like it may be pink, but it's going to be launched on July the 5th. It will be at Docksfest, and so that'll be good. Yes, you can. In the announcement, you can go and purchase it from Docksfest if you are going. And of course, the great guy Will Douglas of Docksfest, you did mention, I'm delighted to get the exciting partnership off the ground, combining Docksfest with GTFC. In another way, the festival celebrates our town on the day. We're passionate about Grimsby and all the good stuff that's going on here. Grimsby Town FC is at the heart of the community and is leading change for the better. So having the club on board ties in with our aspirations for our local festival and brings an added layer of excitement to the festival. We hope to build increasingly strong ties between the club and Docksfest. Following the in-store launch on the morning of Saturday the 5th and the club's first game of the pre-season against Cleethorpes that afternoon, festival goers will now also have the chance to purchase the new away shirt and other merchandise for the main festival arena. So you can get it in the club shop in the morning and it will be at Docksfest thereafter and after the game, which takes place at 2 o'clock. So I think that is great community work, that I think, really, to launch it as well over at Docksfest, which was a success last year and I'm sure will be again this year with acts such as Ash and that. So throwback to the 90s, isn't it? Performing at Docksfest this year. So there we go. A little bit of the loose ends, shall we say, tied up from this end of the week. I did hear, just before I finish, I did hear Ian Holloway talk about missing out on Charles Vernon. He did go down, and apparently Chaz just didn't see that as a good fit right now, and in the end Holloway didn't see it as a good fit either. Not the man, but more probably the timing. But we're more than happy with that because I've always said a fit Charles Vernon is a dangerous Charles Vernon. But it is a big season for Chaz staying here because obviously with having Justin and the extra Justin Miles on the extra additions, he's going to have to prove that he can break in. It's a big year for Chaz Vernon, and let's see what goes off there. So in the meantime, guys, that is the loose ends tied up. I will see you sometime this week, I'm sure. I'm sure there'll be a couple more signings before the Clee game. I'm not going to do a preview of Cleethorpes just due to the fact we don't know really who's got. Everyone's going to be playing, but I'll give you a review of Cleethorpes on the Sunday, on the 7th of July, and we'll give you that. 6th of July. I'm getting the dates wrong, aren't I? On the Sunday after the game, I'll give you a review of that because everyone will be either at the game and then over at Docksfest, I'm sure. So, on Sunday will be the review of the game. So I'll be back with that. Plus any other news, transfer news that comes up over the coming week for the Mariners. In the meantime, guys, it's been a great weekend at Armed Forces. I have now got some sunburn, the joys, especially after today, as I record this. But up the Mariners, I'll see you soon. Like,